Are you searching for a birthday cake that's elegant, but is also family friendly? Look no further. I've got the cake for you. My salted caramel layer cake is definitely a crowd pleaser. And it's about not just the sweetness of caramel, but some amazing textures at the same time. So let's start with the creaminess of a salted caramel sauce. This is at the heart of the recipe. So I've got a pot on the stove, and I'm just going to pour in about a 1/4 cup of water, enough to cover the bottom of the pot. And I'll pour in 2 cups of granulated sugar. I'll add a teaspoon of lemon juice. That helps keep the sugar liquefied as I turn it on high right now. You want to keep a little dish with water handy and a brush, because as the sugar liquefies and cooks, it starts bubbling up. And as it bubbles up, it might spit on the side of the pot and leave a little droplet of sugar. If that cools, it could crystallize. And then just like frost, that crystal grows another crystal and another, and all of a sudden your sugar goes back to a solid state. So by brushing the sides of the pot with water, you know you're going to have a clear, fluid caramel. All right, we're starting to get some color, and you're looking for a nice golden amber color. It will intensify as you add your cream and butter, so I'm going to take this off the heat now. And now I'm going to pour in 1 cup of cold whipping cream. Woo! Watch out for that steam and those bubbles. You can add it a little at a time. Let it settle down. Settle down. So it's a good idea to have your cream and your butter measured and ready before you start your caramel sauce. And then once you no longer see any bubbling, you know it's stopped boiling, then you start adding your butter. You want to add your butter a little at a time. There we go. Now, how much salt you choose to add really is up to you. I find 2 teaspoons is good, and I like to use the flaked sea salt. All right, now I made this first because I need to set it aside to cool. So I'll pop it over here. And that leaves me time and space to take care of my cake. And I start by sifting 2 cups of all-purpose flour and 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Give this a quick little sift. And now I can add my 3/4 of a cup of dark brown sugar. It's the molasses in any brown sugar that we love the taste of that reminds us of caramel. Next, the butter. 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, slightly softened, and on. Almost there. There we go. Once you no longer see large pieces of butter, now you know you're ready to add your liquids. I've got 3 eggs and 2/3 of a cup of buttermilk. And lastly, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. After adding the liquids, I let the batter mix on medium-high speed for about 1 minute to 2 minutes until it's nice and smooth, and you can see it's developed some structure. So you can add your baking soda to your cake recipe at the very end. I have 1 teaspoon here, and to activate it now, I have a tablespoon of white vinegar. And this is all set for my 350 oven. And these cake layers take 25 to 30 minutes. What I like with a caramel-based dessert is a little bit of crunch, a little textural contrast. And so I'm making a cookie crumble, and I'll sprinkle that in between the layers of the cake and use it as part of the decor. I start with a cup of all-purpose flour, and I'll add 1/3 of a cup of dark brown sugar. I've got a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, a pinch of sea salt, and 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And you can use 2 knives or a pastry blender. This takes about 20 minutes to bake, and you want to stir it once halfway through. That way your outside pieces don't brown too much before the inside has crisped up. And it's in the same temperature oven as the cake, so I can pop it right in at 350. And look at these cake layers. They even take on a caramel color. So you know every bite of that cake is going to have sea salt, caramel goodness. So let's make this frosting. I have 2 cups of butter, and then I'm going to add 1.5 packages of cream cheese, 375 grams. Now the ingredients are soft, but not smooth yet. I need my 1 1/4 cups of icing sugar to melt in there. To really take it to the next level of fluffiness, I will add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. To bring out that sea salt flavor, a pinch of sea salt. And I am saving the best for last, a 1/4 cup of that sea salt caramel sauce that I made earlier. Now I'm ready to assemble the cake. Here we go. First layer. I'm gonna put a sprinkling of the cookie crumble. A nice drizzle of that cool caramel sauce. Here goes the next. Now for the layer on top, I definitely put on some more frosting. Now, before you put on your decor, you need to let this cake chill. A good hour to let this layer of frosting set. Ah, there we go. A chilled cake is so much easier to decorate, especially if you're going to do a drip cake. So I'm going to take the beautiful consistency of the sea salt caramel and add drips. You change the pressure so that the drips aren't exactly the same. It's supposed to look like it's just intending to drip on purpose. I love that. The cooled cookie crumble. So it's crisp. I've got nice little chunky pieces. Just a little more caramel right on top. A little shine. This cake tells you such a story. You know exactly what's going on inside. And it's fun and a bit playful, yet elegant at the same time. So you know this is a birthday cake the whole family will enjoy. And I know you will enjoy baking it.